Good morning, church. My name is Jade, and I'm a member here at Heights Church. Today, we're going to be talking about another one of Jesus's miracles. There are so many, but today we're going to be talking about Luke 17, verses 11 through 19 in NIV. And before I begin reading this story, it's a very quick passage, but before I begin, I just want to open up the question, have you ever felt unwanted or excluded? Have you ever felt unwanted or excluded from others, kept out, ostracized? What did that feel like? Did it feel frustrating? Did it feel invigorating? Did it feel isolating? Can you just think about that for a moment with me? What does it feel like to be excluded from society? And I'm super encouraged to read this story today because it's another confirmation that Jesus will use these kinds of testimonies that we have felt before, and he will transform them for his glory. So this is Luke 17, verses 11 through 19. Now on his way to Jerusalem, Jesus traveled along the border between Samaria and Galilee. As he was going into a village, 10 men with leprosy met him. They stood at a distance and called out in a loud voice, "Jesus, Master, have pity on us." When he saw them, he said, "Go, show yourselves to the priests." And as they went, they were cleansed. One of them, when he saw he was healed, came back, praising God in a loud voice. He threw himself at Jesus' feet and thanked him, and he was a Samaritan. Jesus asked, "Were not all 10 cleansed? Where are the other 9? Has no one returned to give praise to God except for this foreigner?" Then he said to him, "Rise and go. Your faith has made you well." So first, just for more context, leprosy. What is leprosy? Leprosy back in this time was extremely just horrific. It was a skin disease, but it had a lot of different elements to it, and it was just awful. And socially, it was one of the worst things you could have because people kept you out of society. They excluded you out because they were afraid of getting unclean like they thought you were. And so people with leprosy were called unclean publicly and verbally, and you were basically known for your uncleanliness. You were kept out of society because of the most horrific thing about your testimony, about what was going on in your body, in your life. That's what you were labeled as and known for. How awful. And so when 10 men with leprosy find Jesus, they're asking him for help and just have mercy on their lives. And Jesus tells them to go see the priests, and they'll be cleansed. They were physically healed, but the point is that only one of those men came back to Jesus, giving him praise, giving him glory. And Jesus is telling him, your faith has made you well. There's a deeper transformation. There's a deeper cleansing going on because of your faith. And this is the part about Jesus's miracles that are so amazing, is that, right, all 10 men were healed of their sickness, of their physical illness, their physical needs on the outside, what you could probably see on the outside, but only one, the one who came back to Jesus, the one who gave him thanks and glory, was the one who had the faith and is the one who was offered salvation that day. And that's what Jesus meant by your faith has made you well. This is what separates you from the others. The others might have just been physically healed, which was a lot, which is amazing all of itself. But then on top of everything, it's your faith. This is what now separates you, is your faith in me, in Jesus. So rise and go. And I'm so thankful that this is our God, right? That he does miracles that we can see. We can see the skin healing. We can imagine what that feels like to be free of your chains, to be socially embraced again. But even more so, what was that like for that man when Jesus says, rise and go? You're free in your soul, in your spirit, something that nobody else, nothing in this world will ever be able to grant you. You're free, rise and go. And I do wonder what that's like in our own lives, and I wonder if you'll be thinking about this with me for today. When Jesus says rise and go to us, when Jesus says, I have freed you from your uncleanliness, from your past, when he says rise and go, do we get up, or do we sit here and continue to just be sad or be reflective about the past, what no longer exists? Jesus tells us to rise and go. He's given us freedom. He's given us this confidence in him, this promise in him. He's telling us that we can get up and go. We can get up and go and share the faith. We can get up and go and not carry the chains that we once had. What an amazing miracle, right? This is our God. This is Jesus. Let's continue to be thankful, to come back to Jesus, to give him praise and glory in all the big and little things. Thank you for joining me for today's devotional. Hope you have a great day.